Hey guys, you alright? I'm Danny. I film with Hung Young Brit. I'm originally from Leeds, up north of England. I now live down in London with everybody. Yeah.
Hi Danny, when did you first learn about HIV?
I first started learning about it, of course, when I started having like casual sex. I spent like a long time in a relationship when I was younger, so I never really needed to, but it's always been very aware to me that I've had to get tested for STDs, STIs, etc. I think I've more so known about HIV due to going to these clinics and taking these tests. And yeah, that's how I first began to learn about it. Then when I started doing like studio work for different porn studios, that's when I really learned on how crucial it is to test very regularly, especially doing what I do, doing porn and stuff. I personally get tested every 2 weeks because I'm doing scenes with all different kinds of people that I don't know all the time. So it's best and safest way.
And how old were you when you first learnt about HIV?
When I first learned about it and really took it into consideration, I think I was around 14 years old actually. When I actually first started sleeping with guys and just before I got into a long relationship. So yeah, I was quite young actually, but I never learnt through any kind of schooling or education about HIV. We didn't really learn that much about STDs and STIs, to be fair, or maybe that's just my lack of education. But I did learn all of this through doctors, clinics, and also like people who I was friends with. I was always friends with the older crowds, and they always guided me in the right directions when it came to getting tested and stuff like that, and looking after my sexual health. So yeah, quite young.
So how important is it, because you've obviously gone to clinics in the past, how important is it now for you to be able to obtain HIV self-tests?
It's very good to you get the self-test with the STIs, with all of the STIs, STDs, whatnot. And the only one that you couldn't do a self-test kit for was the HIV ones. So that's very good, because a lot of the time, like if I'm not at home, I get self-tests sent out. And I do it that way. So now that I can do the HIV test, especially without the pinprick as well, because I'm terrified of needles. I got sepsis when I got my tongue pierced, so ever since then I've always backed away from needles. So like now I can do it with just a swab, but it's absolutely amazing. It's very crucial that, especially people in the kind of industry that I work in as well, like especially test regularly, because it's not just myself I'd be putting in danger, it's everybody else I work with, so it's quite keeping safe.
So how easy have you found it now you can use the OraQuick HIV Self Test?
It's perfect, like I say, especially without having to do the whole with the blood and the pinprick and the needle. It's much better, and I feel more like I should do it now. Not that I didn't do it in the past, but it's more of a thing that there's no excuse for me not to now. Especially with it gets sent out the same day, you get it by the next day, the day after latest. So that's very beneficial. And as well, it's very beneficial. Who likes needles? And yeah, I must admit, I'm very proud to be a part of this whole Choose Oral campaign, because especially people like myself, we should be campaigning and advertising, self-testing and HIV testing, because not only does it educate ourselves, but it educates people that don't actually know much about this, and I think it's crucial as well, because it's keeping me safe and everybody else I work with and friends with safe. So I think what better way to get the word out than people who actually are sex workers, or porn stars, or anything under the belt. No pun intended. I think it's very important that people like myself promote this, because if not, we wouldn't be here, I guess. We've got to look after ourselves and each other. So guys, don't forget, know your status, get tested, and choose oral.